cookie, we have pretty well understood that is a piece of information which is stored on the client machine. So to avoid the misuse of the client machine by the developer on server, there is a restriction put up on cookies both in terms of size and number. We can have maximum up to 20 cookies from a given domain, and each cookie should not exceed size of 4 KB. This is the restriction put up on cookies, and it is fair. But then in certain implementations it becomes really difficult to manage with this limitation. The best example I can take is shopping cart. See, I cannot restrict my client to buy only 20 products at a time because there are only 20 cookies supported. We would want the users to buy as many products as much they like on our website. They should be able to add to cart more than 20 products. So how are we going to implement this? This is where we are going to work with the concept of cookie dictionary. Now, what is cookie dictionary? We are going to have one cookie, and in general we have only one value per cookie. But in cookie dictionary, for a given cookie, the value itself is supposed to be a collection of sub-key value pairs, we call it. So one cookie will be there. In that we can have multiple sub-key value pair. So if one has to implement shopping cart, they can make use of cookie dictionary for the cart, and the value of the cookie is going to be the product ID sub-key and the quantity of that product, the value. And like this, multiple products and their values can be present in a single cookie. So how do we implement this cookie dictionary in general? What is the API which we have to worry about? So let us say now I take this example of home controller which we had before. We wrote code here for different functionalities. In the same form which is related to this view, I already have key value, but let me use that key and value pair this time for a cookie dictionary. So I will put BR. Let us say I put one button. This is to create a cookie dictionary. Value, create cookie, we can say add item to cookie dictionary. And another thing we want is get all from cookie dictionary. So get all items from cookie dictionary. So for each one of them, let us have a separate form action. /home/ add item to cookie dictionary, and here form action I'll give is get items from cookie dictionary. So these two methods now I have to add to the home controller. Public action result, add items to cookie dictionary. Now for adding items to cookie dictionary, we would need the value of all those input elements of the form. So earlier we have used create. I'll copy this and I'll make changes to this. Add item to cookie dictionary. So first let us assume that we are going to have a fixed name for the cookie dictionary. I'll call it as CD. So first thing we should do is try to get that cookie from the request, because there might be already some item existing. But if the cookie is not existing, it will be equal to null. In such case, I will create a cookie and give the same name CD. So if the cookie is there, well and good. If not there, we will create one. And in general, always we have been setting value here. But this time, instead of setting value, we want to use the property values of and use the subkey. Subkey, we would like to take it from the collection, that is key, the first text box. Collection of So what we are doing is, of course, here I should give form collection. What we are trying to do is, from the form collection, based on the key we are creating the sub key, and the value is based on the value text box. This we are adding to the values. What this line does, if this sub key is already there, it overrides the value. If it is not there, it is going to append the value to the values collection. Is secure, we are not interested. Let us say for the demo purpose of this. Persistent cookie, yes, we will make it as persistent based on the checkbox which is there. Then add the cookie path and add it to the response. And of course, view result of, go to index view again. So what are we doing here? Precisely we are creating a cookie. If it is not there in the request, then we are adding a value to the values collection, setting expiry based on the checkbox given there, set the path, add to the response. So this is for adding. Like this, we will have to write code even for retrieving the cookie. So what is that method? We have given here, get items from cookie dictionary. Get items from cookie dictionary. So first we'll try to get the cookie from the request. If it is equal to null, just don't do anything and we can say return view index. Nothing to do. Or we'll make a small change. On the form, S is equal to null only. No need to do anything. So if it is not equal to null, then we will do something. What is that? We would like to now go through this values collection, and as we are going through values collection, we are going to get one key at a time, and once we know the key, based on the key we can get the value. So how do we write that piece of code? If it is not equal to null, if, rather for each string, this is sub key, in cookie dot values, not value, we should use values. What shall we do? S is equal to, let us say sub key, concatenate with cookie dot values of sub key plus, we will put br. Now when it comes out, we will have all the cookies visited. That I would like to put in viewback dot cookie, so that the same can be used for displaying the value in view. We already have viewback raw format dot cookie here. Same thing we would like to display there. So let us go through it once again. We are getting the cookie from the request. If it is there, we do something. What is that we do? Because we know that it is a cookie dictionary, we will go through each item here. And as we are getting through each item through values collection, we are getting a sub key which we are including in the response, and also to that we are appending based on that sub key the value. And the whole string which is constructed, I am putting in the viewback, and that viewback I am trying to display here. So let us now run this. This is going to be sub key. So let us say sk1, value v1 is persistent. Add items to cookie dictionary. Imagine this is something like add to cart. This is like product ID, and this is the quantity of product. Of course, right now we do not have a facility where we can display multiple products on the page, but eventually we may do something like that once we are complete with the course. So I say add, then sub key 2, value 2, add item to cookie dictionary. Sub key 3, value 3 is persistent. Remember, is persistent is applied based on whatever we have checked last time, because it's only one cookie now. Sub key 1, sub key 2, sub key 3, all three are stored in a single cookie by name cookie dictionary, and we can get the value here. We're getting only one because we have used small error in the logic. Plus equal to we are supposed to use here. Now build it once, come back, get all items, and we should get all of them. SK1, SK2, SK3. So we are able to add. Now let us say SK2, I give V2222, and we will see that though we are clicking on add item, it actually overwrites. It overwrites the value. So this is how, whenever there is a more quantity of cookies required, we can substitute with a cookie dictionary, wherein we have only one cookie, but with that one cookie we can have multiple sub key value pairs. There is only one cookie. So we are still not, we are overcoming the limitation of the total number of cookies restriction by the browser, and we are able to also store multiple key value pairs. Now one precaution over here. When we are storing a sub key, ensure that in that value should not have space or question mark or ampersand. If these kind of things are there in the value, then there is a problem. Let me show you. Get all items. You see here, after question mark, it is taking something else again as key. So actually what happens is, cookie dictionary has only one value. How that value is going to be stored? SK1 is equal to V1, ampersand sub key value 2 is equal to V2, ampersand SK3 is equal to V3. Like this, everything is stored. So when we give question mark or ampersand within the value itself, within the value, if you put ampersand here, let us imagine. So the value of SK2 is taken as V and 2 is taken as another sub key. So that confusion is going to happen. So always ensure that we do not have some special characters like ampersand, question mark in your cookie dictionary values, sub keys or their values. Both sub key should not have, as well as the sub key value also should not have that, something like that. That's all in this about cookie dictionary. Thank you.